Hello and welcome back to the Inter Milan series on the Football Manager 2022 beta. And since the last episode where we won the Italian Super Cup by defeating the Zebra and we beat Cagliari in the league just about by 3-2, we played 4 games off camera, 2 of those cup ties, 2 of them in the league, and we'll start with the game against Bologna. So it was a pretty dominating performance overall for us in this game. We dominated in terms of shots on target and XG, and we managed to win the game eventually thanks to Franco Carboni getting the assist, coming off the bench to get that assist for Darmian to score the goal for us. Now, we did pick up an injury in this game. Denzel Dumfries pulled his thigh whilst tackling, so he was going to be out for between 5 to 7 days, which isn't that bad of an injury compared to some that we've had this season. Then we played against Spezia away from home in the league, and another dominating performance. We won this one 3-1 despite the fact we had to change our formation to this abomination that you see in front of you, where we played with no right wing back. We played with a right winger instead. It was I think it's called a 4-3-3 asymmetric formation. We of course had our 3 strikers up front, and they all got on the score sheet in this 3-1 victory. And this victory moved us up to 3rd in the table, 5 points off leaders AC Milan. Then we had a bit of a gap between games because of the international break, but fortunately for once, there was only like 1 or 2 players that were away on international duty for some reason. So we came back with a pretty revived squad, all fresh. It was only Martinez, I think, that had been playing on international duty, possibly Diamande as well, but obviously he's not a regular in the side, and it showed that we were fresh. We got 3 goals, a nice 3-0 victory. Barella, he's had to score a few penalties so far even in the past 2 games, he's had to score a couple of penalties. Belotti getting on the score sheet, and Bastoni as well. Once we scored that penalty, the floodgates opened and we managed to get a more comfortable victory, which our performance probably deserved. And then finally, we've just played our Italian Cup quarter-final tie against Udinese, and it was Barella that got the winning goal for us again with a goal from the spot after just 5 minutes of the game. We did dominate the game again and deserved to win eventually, but it probably should have been a few more goals that we scored, but can't complain about a 1-0 victory. And in the Italian Cup, the semi-final draw has been made. We will be playing against Lazio. It's a 2-legged affair. So we've got the Lazio game. It falls in between the 2 legs of the Champions League. So I need to have a think about what I want to do for that. But on to this episode. And today we're going to be playing against Lazio, but it's going to be the league game against Lazio. They are currently 7th. We are currently 3rd. As you can see in the table there, we're 8 points off Milan, but they've played a game more than us, so we can get that margin back down to 5 points with a victory. We need to keep winning because the teams in the top 6, they all are still very close together. Milan possibly pushing a bit further away from everyone, but we do still have to play them this season, so that will be interesting when we get to that point. Now, I've mentioned Nicolo Barella already, but we have some contract news for him. His contract, of course, doesn't run out for another 2 years, but he did ask to be given a new contract. He's starting to feel, you can see there, starting to feel he deserves a new contract. So I tried that, but he was asking for way too much money. He made a non-negotiable request for a release clause as well. He's got two and a bit years left on his deal, so I didn't feel like it was necessary to do that, to sign him to the deal just yet. So it's one to watch, the contract of Nicolo Barella. We've of course had a transfer window as well, but you'll probably be sad to see that we didn't actually do anything in the transfer window. No sales, no incomings. We just kept the squad as it was. I did think that we were going to get some offers for Lautaro Martinez. At one point, I even offered him to clubs initially for the 95 million release clause. Nobody made an offer, and then for 85 million just to see if anyone would make an offer then, but nobody did. We did have an offer for one player. Stefan de Vrij was wanted by Newcastle. They offered £30 million for him, which I didn't think was enough. So we rejected that. I wasn't going to negotiate because I didn't really want him to leave. So it was the only way we were going to do any business in January was really if we lost anyone, and we didn't. So that's why. With all that out the way, we can head into the team selection for our first game of the episode against Lazio. So we have Bartolomei Dragowski in goal. As always, he can actually get a step closer to breaking the Inter clean sheets record today. The current record is 19 clean sheets. He's got 18 clean sheets for the season, so he's well on his way to beating that record. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet today. We do have a slightly altered defence compared to normal. Ranocchia, Skriniar and Hotti. Hotti, who has been doing particularly well, should be playing in the central defend on the defend role because he's a bit better in that place. And then we've got Denzel Dumfries coming in for his first appearance in a while at right wing back. He came off the bench in the last game, but he hasn't started for a little while. Federico DiMarco at left wing back, who's been sensational so far this season in that position. We've then got Stefano Sensi and Gagliardini in centre midfield. Brozovic is still recovering from an injury. I think he's only allowed 45 minutes of action, so we're not going to rush him back too soon. And then Nicolo Barella, I just thought I'd give him a rest with the United game coming up next in about 3 or 4 days' time. And then the wingers, we've got Joaquin Correa, who's been doing very well for us, both at right wing and when he's been asked to play at cam. And then Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who's back from injury now and can play for us today. He's replaced Rodrigo, who was playing in the last game, because Rodrigo was a bit tired, you can see on his little heart thing there. And we'd quite like him to be fit enough for the United game if required. Then up front, we've got Andrea Bellotti. Lautaro Martinez didn't really perform too great in a couple of games up until the last match against Udinese. So Bellotti is into the side. Martinez will probably return for the United game. So we're in pretty decent form. We've won all of our last 5 games. We've only dropped points in 1 game, I think, since the start of this year in game. Lazio they're also in pretty good form. 5 wins out of their last 5 too. We are currently 3rd. They are 7th. There is 9 points gap between us. We of course want to keep trying to put the pressure on top of the table. Milan, who are looking a bit like they could run away with this league if we're not too careful. It's a throw-in for Lazio. Deep in our half, it's Lazzari, ball in, across the goal, and that is a terrible defensive display from us there. Zaccagni, unmarked, at the back post, has a tap-in from about 2 yards, and we are already a goal down. So we get to half-time, and not much else has happened, to be honest. We've had more possession than them, which isn't a stat that I'm used to seeing this season. We've been quite accurate with our shots, but they mustn't have been from great positions because we've only got an XG of 0.5. So let's have a look at our shot map. Lots of close range shots, relatively. All saved by the goalkeeper. Bellotti with 1 off target. We should be doing better from this position. I mean, I didn't see any of the highlights for these, but we should definitely be doing better. You can just see that Lazio are doing a lot better than us. Although saying that, we've managed shots from better locations. I'm thinking it might be time for our alternative formation, which I've just realised should be this one, but some reason I've recreated that formation. Bit weird there, but we'll just change things around, I guess. So we've altered the formation to our 5-2-1-2 formation. Dzeko has come on for Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu wasn't going to last the full match anyway, so we decided to take him off at half time. I was a little bit tempted to bring on Marcelo Brozovic in place of Stefano Sensi because he's in danger of being booked, but Brozovic is only really meant to be having 45 minutes, so I might have to leave it a little bit into the second half just in case there's any injury time. And we obviously don't want to rush him back too soon. So we'll see how our alternative formation works out in this second half. Goal kick for Lazio. They're going to pass it out from the back. It's Albiol forward to Lazzari. It'd be great if we could win the ball high up the field here as Sergej Milinkovic-Savic has it. Ball forward from Lazzari to Immobile. And this is looking dangerous. He pulls it back to Lazzari. We need to make sure this ball doesn't get in the box. Pulls it back again, and we've intercepted it now. Bellotti on the counter-attack. Can we do anything with it? We've been held up there a little bit. Bellotti gets the ball back from Gagliardini, plays it in the centre to Sensi. Now Correa. There's a man in space on the right-hand side if anyone wants to find him. They don't. They use the left-hand side with DiMarco instead. Now Gagliardini's got it back. Plays it back to Ranocchia, and that's a terrible pass from him. And we've given possession back to Lazio, and Lazio are on the counter themselves now. And Lazzari with the shot, and it's just over the bar. Very wasteful with possession, both sides there. Right, we need to do something. It's 64 minutes gone. We're still 1-0 down. Sensi is going to come off. We are going to bring Brozovic on. And then I think we're going to go to attacking. And we've got a corner. DiMarco whips it in. Hotti's there, and it's headed away, I think, by... Yeah, it was Milinkovic-Savic that headed it away for Lazio there. Free kick just inside our half. Ranocchia plays it short to Gagliardini. Now Correa to Brozovic. We need to make sure we don't give this away. Hotti with the ball forward to Dzeko. Nice play into the space for Dumfries to run into on the right-hand side. Pulls it back to Brozovic. Now Correa in a bit of space on the edge of the box. Correa shoots and Correa scores. Joaquin Correa's got the equaliser on the 66th minute. We're back into this game and we're back level against Lazio. at home. It was a beautiful pass into space for Dumfries down the right-hand side from Dzeko. He pulled it back to Brozovic, who played it into Correa, who was in a little bit of space and managed to get the shot away, to fire it past the keeper and to level it at 1-1 here at the San Siro. Now, Belotti is looking a bit tired. DeMarco's also looking a bit tired at left wing back. I'm more inclined to take DeMarco off because we probably will need him in the game against Man United. So Terzic is going to come on for him at left wing back. We just hope Terzic doesn't make a mistake. He's been quite prone to those this season. But there's a free kick for Lazio. Luis Alberto with it. It's a great save from Dragowski and it's cleared. And I've just realised Dragowski's not going to equal the clean sheet record for Inter today because he's obviously conceded a goal. But hopefully we can score another goal here with Hotti moving forward with the ball. He finds Brozovic. Lovely ball to Belotti. It's Belotti through on goal. Belotti chips the keeper. And Belotti has scored his 10th goal of the season. With 7 minutes left of the game, we've turned this game on its head. And we look like we are going to somehow get the victory. It was a beautiful run out here from Hotti. And then Brozovic just finds a wondrous through ball to Belotti, who chips the keeper like it was nothing. And there is the full-time whistle. It is a 2-1 victory today. Somehow, from 1 goal down, we've managed to turn this around in the second half. And we are up to second in the table as it stands. So second in the table, there are teams below us that have a game in hand on us. Atalanta, for example, they can overtake us if they win their game in hand. But we're looking decent. We're looking decent. We need to keep this up until we play Milan, and then we can really push on in the title race. But now we've got to change our focus as we have a Champions League first knockout round, first leg tie against Manchester United at Old Trafford. And you may not have been expecting this little news item, but I've signed Lautaro Martinez to a new contract. We'll ignore some of the bonuses and stuff because some of them are absolutely ridiculous, and his wage is quite ridiculous as well. But for a player that's been wanted by all of the major European clubs, to sign him to a deal, a long-term deal, a 4-year deal with Inter that has an even higher minimum fee release clause is, in my opinion, an excellent piece of business. His minimum fee release clause is now £114 million, which we weren't going to get 95 million for him, I don't think. So I think this is a great bit of business for us. So it's time for the first leg of the first knockout round in the Champions League at Old Trafford. Man United against Inter. And hopefully we can get a decent result in this away leg to give us the advantage heading into the second leg at home. But we are going to make some changes from the last game. So we are going to bring Stefan de Vrij in. Hotti can drop to the bench. Stefan de Vrij is going to move to the libero position. Skriniar to the central defender. Ranocchia is coming off. We're basically going to put our full strength side out today. Denzel Dumfries and DeMarco at wing backs. Can Brozovic play? He's not got a fitness test next to him. He's below average in the injury susceptibility, but he's slightly increased overall risk of injury. So I don't think we will start him today. Barella is going to come back in though for Gagliardini. Joaquin Correa and Hakan Çalhanoğlu do we want to bring Rodrigo on? I think we will. Rodrigo is going to play instead of Çalhanoğlu, and then Belotti is going to drop to the bench for the man who's just signed a new extended deal, a long-term deal with us, Lautaro Martinez. Can he get off to the perfect start in this new stage in his career? It'll be interesting to see who is in the Man United lineup. First time that we're facing an English opposition in this save so far. So we've got Dean Henderson starting in goal, which is a bit of a shocker. David De Gea is normally their number one. Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Shaw, McTominay, Pogba, Sancho starting, Fernandes starting, Rashford, and then obviously CR7 as well. On the bench, Cavani, Van der Beek, Zapata, Greenwood, Lingard. Yeah, they've got a pretty decent bench. This is going to be challenging. So Man United with 1 defeat in the last 5 games. That came in their last match. So could they be hitting a bit of poor form? We, of course, with 5 wins out of 5 in the past 5. Can you say 5 any more times in the sentence? Not too sure. So first highlight of the game. Wan-Bissaka with a throw in from the right-hand side. Finds Sancho. Ooh, I thought we'd won the ball back there. Maguire's got it at the back instead. Now it's Pogba through to Rashford. Man United basically playing with the front 4 today. Shaw with the ball into the box. Headed in by Ronaldo, and that's just over the bar from him. Warning shots fired from the home side there. Wan-Bissaka with the ball again on this right-hand side. Cutting inside, running down the right-hand side now. He's not being stopped by any of our defenders. He's right down by the byline now. Pulls it back a bit behind McTominay, but he manages to collect it. And Wan-Bissaka's got the ball again. Finds McTominay once more to Pogba. Long shot from Pogba. Great save from Jerkovsky. Jerkovsky, who, for my money, could be our signing of the season. The number of clean sheets he's kept this year, but that could be about to be jinxed as there's a ball in and that's headed away lovely by Skriniar. We're soaking up this pressure from United so far, hoping to hit them on the counter-attack as Sancho runs down the right-hand side. Ball to the box and Dragowski comes out to collect that. Shaw with a throw in on this left-hand side now. A bit of action down the left. It's been down the right most of the game so far. Fernandes gives it back to Shaw, who plays a long ball forward to Rashford, and this could be another good chance for Man United. Ball into the box. It's a bit far to the back post, but Ronaldo has scored and the referee's going to look at it for some reason. I think it's going to be given. Cristiano Ronaldo volleying it into the back of the net, and it is going to be given. So we'll have a look at the replay. I don't know where the offside could have come from. Rashford played a ball to the back post. Sancho was there. He played it in. Yeah, Ronaldo's nowhere near offside. We're going to demand more. I don't think we've seen enough from this Inter side so far. It's been all United. We're going to see the lines now. But Sancho, ball in. Yeah, Ronaldo's easily onside to smash that home. So I think I know what I'm going to do at half-time. We're going to do our usual change, which is to switch it to 2 up top with an attacking centre midfielder. So it's not looking good for Rodrigo. He's probably going to have to come off for Dzeko to come on. So Martinez is the pressing forward. Correa goes as the advanced playmaker. And then Rodrigo is going to make way for Edin Dzeko. May also take Martinez off at around 60 minutes if he doesn't pick up his performance, because he is on a 6.4, but he does look motivated. Federico Di Marco's not having the best of times. I'm going to bring on Matteo Darmian to face his former club. Hopefully that goes okay. I'm not actually sure how well he does in big matches, but we shall see. And those changes aren't doing anything so far. Lautaro Martin has not improved either, so Belotti is going to come on for him. And we are going to... Do we go more attacking? I feel like that's a bit of a risk. We'll keep it as positive for the time being. Confirm that sub. And Darmian's getting a talking to for something. Don't know what was happening there. Okay, but we're going to go to... Did we go to attacking? Because it's only 1-0. I'd take 1-0. I feel confident enough to beat them by a couple of goals at our place. We've got a few players that are looking a bit tired out there, but I think we've made all our changes now. We'll just try and take Correa off for Çalhanoğlu. No, we've still got changes to make. Okay, we must have 5 changes in this competition. We're going to take Sensi off and bring Brozovic on and confirm those subs there. And we've got just over 10 minutes to try and get an equaliser or just hold on to a 1-0 narrow defeat away to Manchester United as they are coming forward with the ball once more with Luke Shaw. Through ball to Cavani, who's on the field now. Rashford with the ball on the left-hand side. Pulls it back to Shaw. Into Pogba. In even more to Van de Beek, who shoots, and that's just pulled wide from him. We'll go very attacking for injury time. See if anything happens. Oh. We're well into the 4 minutes of added on time, but there's a highlight here. Our first of the game. Çalhanoğlu with the ball on the edge of the box. Finds Dumfries. Back to Çalhanoğlu, who shoots, and Çalhanoğlu scored an equaliser. We're 5 minutes in to injury time in the second half. It's our first highlight of the game, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu from out of nowhere, from off the bench, he's put us back into this tie and put us ahead in this tie because we've got the away goal now. Çalhanoğlu played it to Dumfries. Dumfries played it back to him. Çalhanoğlu had to shoot it through many bodies of Manchester United players, but he finds the back of the net, and we have somehow got a point. Not a point, but got a draw from this game. We've just FM'd Manchester United. They had 24 shots, 11 on target, an XG of 1.58. We had 7 shots, 5 on target, an XG of 0.45, but we've somehow come away with a 1-1 draw, and we take the advantage in this tie. I can't believe we've managed to do that. In the other tie today, Atletico Madrid they've had a bit of a high-scoring game against Olympiacos, 4-3 victory, but obviously they've got the 4 away goals as well as the victory, so that's a double bonus for them. But Hakan Çalhanoğlu with some Champions League heroics there. Unbelievable scenes. So this brings us on to the next episode. We are obviously going to play the Man United second leg because it's set up perfectly. I think we will play the Napoli game as well. because they are quite close to us in the league. So off camera, we're going to play the league games against Sassuolo, Juve, and Udinese. Juve, by the way, in case you didn't see them in the table, they're struggling. They're 8th on 41 points. So they're 8 points off a Europa League place, and they're 13 points off Champions League currently. It's not looking like they're going to be getting Champions League football next season. But yeah, Sassuolo, Juve, and Udinese in the league off camera, and then the Lazio first leg of the Italian Cup semi-final off camera too. We'll be back for the United game and the Napoli game. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all the content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.